seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
And good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore for Wednesday, July 7th, 2021. Hope you're all having a great week so far. Hope you had a wonderful morning filled with coffee and love. And who am I kidding? You had to go to work. Anyway, we're glad you're here this morning. Now, don't forget, Friday morning, we will not have an episode of Nevermind the Furthermore, as I will be heading to the Imaginarium. That's right. I'm one of the spotlighted guests. I'm going to be doing 4 panels. So if you want to find out what the Imaginarium is all about, it's a 3-day celebration of publishing books. There's going to be cosplay, an award ceremony, a banquet, a screenplay competition, indie films, all kinds of cool stuff there. It's going to be starting noon this coming Friday. That's right. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing my peeps down there. And I will also be joined by some wonderful people such as Brian Rodman, Kathy Jackson, Matthew Jackson, Molly Daniels, and a whole bunch of other great friends. John B. Pica will be down there. It's going to be a fun time, and you'll get to buy books. And I've got some stuff that you have not seen before, so please come see us. And if you want to find out where we're at, he said, looking at his book, we're going to be at the Holiday Inn, Louisville East, 1325 South Hurstbourne Parkway. You can get more information at entertheimaginarium.com. Please check it out. And also want to go through our thank yous, because you should always have an attitude of gratitude. We want to thank Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring the show, as always. Plasma Fire Graphics, on the look of your book matters to you. Does Jeffrey Hayes do amazing work or what? Well, the answer is, well, hell yeah, he does. He also did the cover to my latest release, Snow Ambition, 4th in the Snow Short series, an Abraham Snow adventure. If you like short read crime fiction, this is your book. A little bit of humor, lots of action, lots of plot twists. You will dig it. It's currently 99 cents on Amazon, but Jeffrey Hayes did that cover, as well as all the illustrations you saw in that trailer. So please go to Plasma Fire Graphics page on Facebook and check them out at plasmafiregraphics.com. When the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers. Also want to thank our Patreon subscribers. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can directly support your favorite creators, of which I am one, I hope. Anyway, check out these people. For just $1 a month, you get mentioned in all my stuff, whether it's books or comics or audiobooks or even the show, our various presentations. These folks are helping me out a lot. They're helping keep the show going and helping us expand. We couldn't be doing half the broadcasting we're doing now if it weren't for our Patreon subscribers. So if you want to see what you get in return for your patronage, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris for more details. I think you'll dig it. And also the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network, they help inspire me. I hope they're giving you guys some inspiration too. What is it? 1 week from today, we've got a brand new show appearing on the network. Ted Davies and Glenn B. Fleming are the truth mongers. They are going to poke behind the curtain of conspiracy theories and all kinds of legends that we have grown up with. Two very learned people going to put on a hell of a great show. I'm really looking forward to it myself. But we've got your entertainment and information covered 7 days a week. Tomorrow, Ted will talk timepieces, I believe, or is he still on vacation? Anyway, tune in at 10 and find out. But tomorrow night at 7 p.m. will be Comic Book Spectrum with myself, Eric S. Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and Brian Rodman. Followed, Amy Hale is taking a little respite from Creative as Hale in preparation for her second season. But at 9 p.m. tomorrow night, Eastern Time, will be Joe Dog McKeel, the Skunk Rocker, Dan, John, Heather, Nick, whoever shows up. And they'll be celebrating Stupid O'Clock together. It's a great, intelligent, funny conversation show that you will absolutely dig. And stay tuned for immediately following for Last Man Standing with Dan Hollifield. He is terrific. Everything you see on this network is terrific. Holy cats, I can't wait to see it all. I hope you're in the same state I am. And I think that's all the thank yous I've got. Also, please, thank you to Mike Jimmy Lorsha de Bruin last night for being my guest on Clever Tile Pending. We had a terrific conversation about what it's like to be a European comic book creator. I had a lot of fun. Mike Jimmy had a lot of fun. We're going to be doing that again. We hope you'll have a lot of fun. Please check out that episode. All right. And let's see. Oh, we got a whole bunch of comments. And what I'm going to do is I got a little something, and I've got to be careful because I don't want to like dox anyone. So I'm keeping the top of the box turned towards me. But you remember this? This is what I repair fans with. Anyway, let's get to some of your comments while I'm poking around here. And Pops Van Zandt on Comics Talk. Good to see you, sir. First one in says there are 5 spots left for CromCon 16, July 30th and August 1st. Do not wait to get yours. Now, I won't be able to be there. I have another engagement, but please, 5 more. And Pops says it doesn't necessarily have to be comic books. You know, it can be creative people like you folks, which you are. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. Right tool for the right job. Oh, yeah. And I'm just the tool to use scissors like this. Anyway, remember, folks, safety third. And they packed this good. And let's see, one down the middle here. There we go. Splendidly packed. All right. Let's see if that's enough. All right. But anyway, Pops Van Zandt. So please put in a link, Pops, to the where people can sign up for CromCon 16. I'm losing track of how many there are, but I'm not losing track of Carl Wisman. Good morning to you, and good morning to William Quinton. 47 Furious Tales. Get that. It's on In Demand at Indiegogo. And Teresa Dunn, mwah, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Poetry Expressions 1 and 2 available on Amazon. Okay, let's get this party started. We are partying already. Joe Dog McKeel, host of Stupid O'Clock. I know what this is. This is a little something from StreamYard, who, as you know, it helps us put on this broadcast, helps a great many of our broadcasting friends do what they do so well. I think virtually everyone on the Rising Tide Network uses StreamYard now. And Joe Dog McKeel, thank you for all that you've done to help me with this. And Carl Witzman, your great advice. And Scott Crocker, good morning to you. Morning, everyone. Today's Weird Random Factoid is brought to you by Grant Lankard's Beowulf. Issue 2 is fully funded on Kickstarter and is coming soon. It has a talking cat, so you know it's awesome. That's right. And good morning, everyone on YouTube, Brian. Thank you, Joe Dog. I appreciate the inclusion. And hello, all. Mwah, Donna, Carlene, good to see you. And nice promo, Skunk Crocker. Definitely. And now, correction, 4 spots left for CromCon 16. And Skunk Rocker continues. Despite there being one in the film, Gross Point Blank, a Doom 2 arcade machine has never existed in any official commercial capacity. Bonus factoid, God Made is on for most of the in-game footage. God mode is on for most of the game footage. Ooh, that's cool. And Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, can someone stop the podcast? I have to go pee again. That's why you need the Hail Pail and the podcast that are available now from Rising Tide Industries. Operators are standing by. And apparently the creators of the film suck at the game. Well, here's a factoid for you, Skunk. I know one of the animators on Hero Gauge, with the first Don Bluth arcade game. And I know one of the animators, Philo Barnhart, who is a second generation Disney Filmation and Hanna-Barbera animator. He was one of the animators on that project. And he said he couldn't get all the way through the game. He stalled out about where I did. And Joe Dog McKeel says, okay, everyone ride along with me on this one for a second. What if there is a parallel universe and I am the evil twin? So do you want the shot, whiskey, tequila, or rum? Or did you say make it a double? I just kind of assumed that was true. Same with me. And good morning to Amy Hale. Mwah, Amy, hope you are doing well, darling. And go to authoramyhale.com and Author Amy Hale on Facebook and Amy Hale's Angels on Facebook too. And run, Christian, you might have just enough time. That's right. We're delaying for you. Well, we're waiting. Well, big whoop-de-doo for you. I don't have a producer like some people. Anyway, Carl Westman says, there is the gal who kept me up half the night reading Neurosis. Oh, my gosh. And I'm having one hell of a day. Emphasis on hell. Skunk Rocker, let's see what we can do to make that better, brother. And Carl, hopefully because it was just that good. I'm sure it is. Amy's a fantastic writer. She is. And arise, Wednesday Morris, Hump Monster. Arise and help fend off that frozen sister chicken from the... Oh my God, the chicken got him. And Joe Dog, neurotics build castles in the sky, psychotics live in them, and psychiatrists collect the rent from Major Sebastian Perry. That's true. And I had to stop before she went to the basement because I didn't think I'd sleep after that, says Carl Witzman. But I finished it the next night, could hardly put it down. Review is coming. And do you need someone to steal your show on Friday? Hey, Carl, if you're up to it, have at it, man. Seriously. You have my blessing, sir. And good morning, beautiful people. I bet that's Keisha Acuff, who is beautiful herself. And I hope you're doing well this morning, hon. I really do. And he's going to try it again. Arise, Wednesday Morris, Hump Monster. Arise, defend those people in the state of sunshine from that frozen sister chick from the high winds blowing in mass amounts of H2O. Destined to arrive. Stay safe down there, man. Seriously, stay safe, brother. Hunker down. And Bill Sargent says, good morning to the grizzly grumpy hump day fizz. Oh, what's grumpy? I've got something to show you. And all the gnarly Nevermorians, count your blessings and pass them forward definitely and bring Cookie home. Thank you, sir. Actually, I'm going to do this before we get too much further into the event here. And this is something from StreamYard that I guess I got for meritorious broadcasting behavior. So how sweet is that? Oh, this is fluffy. This is fluffy. This is comfortable. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I've got a comfort pillow now when people start typing at me. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for this award. I'd like to thank everyone in the Rising Tide Broadcast Network who have been so supportive of not just me, but each other, which is the key to making this work. And just thank you, everyone. And especially Joe Dog McKeel, who's been my go-to for StreamYard, helping us get a little better at it. Anyway, thank you, Joe Dog. Thank you, everyone on the network. Appreciate you all. And I'll be waving this in your face off. And believe me, this is so cool. This is so cool. I'm winning awards now. Not just my sort of award for my playwriting. So anyway, thank you so much, StreamYard. Appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you to everyone involved with that. And you know who you are. And the Skunk Rocker says, so the one chick who's supposed to be doing this route, my old route with the payrolls and the farm bureaus, she didn't come in today. So I'm doing the route today. And there was a holiday this week. Ooh, so you probably got stops backed up, brother. Oh my gosh. Well, let's make it light let's keep Skunk Rocker entertained. And Joe Bachman, good to see him, my man. So got a few more videos to shoot and edit today. So have a great day, everyone. Joe, you have one yourself. yourself, my friend. Good to have you here. Hope you can listen to us in the background. Scoutcracker says, so rather than doing the smart and sensible thing of putting off the Monday stuff on Tuesday and just leave it alone, they instead dumped all 3 days on today. That officially sucks. Skunk has over 45 stops today. I hate my life, and I swear to God, that girl isn't dying in the hospital. I'm going to scream. And if she isn't currently, Skunk may be doing all he can to make it happen. I feel your pain, brother. You know, my semi-official position at the water company where I worked a number of years was picking up the slack for everyone else. So I understand, man. You'll get through it, and we'll be here to hug you. I promise. And Comics Talk with Pops and Zan says, smash the like, share the stream, kick the algorithms in the teeth. Yes, Pops and I were having a little discussion this morning about the algorithms, and right now they are really wicked. They are not being very kind to everyone. So if you're watching on Facebook, give this video a like. If you enjoy any part of it, please share it with your friends. Encourage them to tune in, and also like the page you're watching on. And welcome to Kathy Jackson's Books. For some reason, Facebook wouldn't let me broadcast on Kathy's live. And thank you to everyone who did share it. I do appreciate you all and all the extra effort you went to. And if you're watching us on YouTube right now, please give us a thumbs up if you would. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. You can opt out later if you wish. I hope you don't. And we are... we'd like to get to 1,000 people, 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and we appreciate everyone's help in making that happen. And the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS would like to get poked behind the curtain, if you know what I mean. Nudge, nudge. Did I read that wrong? Anyway, good luck in your quest, young man. Good luck. We're not here to judge. And good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. Speaking of conspiracies, guys, I've tumbled down the rabbit hole of Scientology documentaries. This cult is terrifying and fascinating. Yeah, they are. It basically started out as L. Ron Hubbard, the science fiction writer, on a dare creating his own religion. And some people started taking it seriously, very seriously. And anyway, I'm not going to talk about them because I don't want a rattlesnake in my mailbox. And Grant Lanker, good morning, ladies and germs. Good morning to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Congratulations on Beowulf too, sir. And Ryan Purmison has shared this. Thank you, Ryan, as always. And first comment dump of the day. There we go. Zeroed in. And there we go. Grant Lankard on YouTube says, hope everyone is having a wonderful hump day. I know. I'm having one. I got my ducky. I got my Ducky Award. I'm so happy. Anyway, thank you. So anyway, we are. Hope you are doing the same, Grant, you and Angie both. And good morning, all. Gearing up for Imagination Convention. Can't wait to see you there. I know, me too. We're going to come in late morning probably and get set up real fast. Probably have lots of time. I don't anticipate a lot of people being there at noon. It's in the middle of the workday. But anyway, we are going to have fun. Can't wait to see you and Matthew, seriously. And check out Kathy's new releases, Min Urizen and Written on Her Heart. Great books, great writer, great friend. We are going to have fun. I think I'm looking forward to dinner more than anything. Oh, Friday and Saturday nights are going to be fun. And Ryan Purmison says, good morning, Nevermorians. How are you? I am doing well. That's important to us, sir. Check out the latest episode of the podcast, Talking Star Trek Movies on Anchor FM, episode 105 of the Nerdcast. You'll love it. And Carl, I got to agree. It does. Skunk's Morning does not sound like the place to be. And the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS every Tuesday night at 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Central. Definitely, if you like Doctor Who, you gotta watch that show. It's awesome. And 12 watching, 7 likes. Cut. What the hell, people? Come on. Don't make him go all Sarah on you. And Ryan, unless you got the 20s. Anyway, Ryan Permission, subscribe to the channel, Nerd Culture channel on YouTube for great nerdy content. And Carl Whitson says, Christian, I was so riveted to the unboxing that I forgot to like. Thanks. Yes, I noticed, Carl, just a little aside here. I've been watching Michaela Jade's YouTube channel every morning, and I don't get it like when she's live because I'm asleep. But she starts out every morning with a great kick in the pants for creatives, getting us motivated, getting us through the day. And first thing I do is I always hit the like button. And I noticed the other day, it's like there were like, she had something like 6 views, but only like 2 likes on there. we've got to, that's one of the things. I even go back and like my own broadcasts, just to make it look better. But fortunately, I'm not the only one. And thank you to everyone who gives us a thumbs up on Facebook. It makes us, or on YouTube, brother, it makes us happy. On Comic Book Spectrum, says Brian Rodman, who would know this stuff, we have discussed the need for original all ages comics. And tomorrow night, I'll begin my 4-week-long review of all ages comics. Tomorrow night, I'll be reviewing The Last Witch by Boom Studios. Very, very cool. I'm looking forward to that, because a lot of these stuff, there's stuff for adults to enjoy too. And oh God, Brian just revealed his package to us live. I am now fulfilled. That's right, and it's a big one. It's a big one. Now this one, unlike other packages, this one's kind of soft. But anyway, I love my duck. Love my duck. Hi, Ducky. How are you? Anyway, thank you. And Ryan Burmison wants your summer reading recommendations. Send them to him via direct messenger on Facebook, because he's awesome and he's reading some good stuff right now. Let me tell you that. Oh, hello, honey. Look at my ward. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, feel my ducky. Ooh. For you ASMR fans, you probably just had that moment poets dedicate themselves to describing. Isn't that nice?
That's nice.
Yeah, I won that.
Very good.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You're running away with it, aren't you?
Would I do a thing like that?
Are you doing a thing like that? Yes, you may, honey. You may. I'll expect it back, though. Love you.
Love you.
My StreamYard ducky. Oh boy. Makes me wish I was like again in the green room, so I could just like hold it up all night and stroke it in front of all the people in the green room. Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time in Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page. And the legend of the traveling TARDIS has dispensed forgiveness to the Pope, the Dark Pope of the Dark Church of the Rising Tide. Speaking of fake religions, Brian, and William Quinton. Morning, Brian. Did you find a good spot for your new poster? No, I didn't. Not yet. But I've been laying it out, and you can probably see the package got dinged by the post office. I do have to redo this wall, but look at this beautiful poster that William Quinton sent to me. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's the kind of art you see in 47 Furious Tales. It is beautiful. And again, William, thank you so much. I am always flattered when people send me stuff. It does go appreciated. I will find a place for it. I do need to redo the walls a little. I need to redistribute some of the beauty behind me. But that's the thing. That's one of the reasons I want to get a more powerful computer later in the year, so I can do a green screen. And then you'd wind up being a wallpaper back here. Or if somebody were to sponsor an episode like Plasma Fire Graphics, I could put up their ad behind me with a web address, so you could check it out to give you a little more value for your advertising dollar. That's another thing. StreamYard did get the suggestion of being able to put clickable links into the video. So just letting you know. Although speaking of clickable, not lickable, but clickable. That's the next. Oh, that's what I got to do. Here we go. Yes, if you enjoy what you see, please take a moment to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe, because that's what all the cool kids do and their friends. So anyway, there's that. I keep forgetting to put that in there. And that's okay. Carl, avert your eyes. Anyway. Now it's official. Nobody's going to want this back now. And Joe Dog McKeel, Hump Day, you are back again. It's nice to see you. Wait a minute. What are you doing? Hey, no, get off my leg. Bad, Hump Day, bad. Stop it. No, stop. Well, the difference is between a poodle humping your leg and a pit bull humping your leg. You let the pit bull finish. Anyway, Brian Rodman says, and folks, I am a pre-RI. Is Zemnu strong within you, Brian? And Ryan Permisson, check out, and I quote, every Saturday at noon Eastern with comic writer and artist Garth McMurray. That ought to be fun. Enjoy yourself. And Carl, so glad you enjoyed it. It's a good book. I got started. I got derailed, Amy. Imagine that. And PRI, Brian. Oh, do we let him in on this now? Anyway, Carl Wilson, forget our comments and open your package, please. That's what she said. Anyway, Brian Rodman says, let's try this again, folks. I'm a proud Brian today. All of Memoirs of an Angel is now available at Brian's local comic book shop, Comic Book World of Louisville. It's a good new comic book and day indeed. Oh, congratulations, Mr. Rodman. Also, Brian is going to be one of my guests. Is going to be my guest. I'm planning a couple panel. That's what's on my mind. I'll be sending out invitations later. But Brian will be my guest this coming Tuesday night on Clever Tile Penning, and we're going to see if he's still speaking to me after spending 3 days in a convention with me. That I could be doing another solo show. Anyway, Donna, Carly, Carlene, there is no doubt about it, Joe Dog. You are the evil twin. I second that emotion. Ryan Permison says, check out this great new Kickstarter from Crazy 8 Press. Yes, this is really cool. Phenomenon's Every Human Creature. This is an anthology by Crazy 8 Press, which is 8 different creators who got together. They include Peter David, Bob Green, friend of mine, Bob Greenberger, another friend, Paul Kupperberg, Michael Friedman, a whole bunch of really terrific writers, and they write about paranormal people in there. I am thinking of backing it, and I think you should too. It is going to be awesome. They do good work. And they're also the publishers of my upcoming Batman book. So support Crazy 8 Press. And, okay, the show on Friday will only be on Facebook, so make sure you subscribe on the Rising Tide Network over there, because that's where I can access it. Yes, thank you, Carl. Thank you. And have a good time with it. Please have a good time. And today's Angie's Day off, so I'm making bacon and eggs. Oh, and my stomach is growling at the thought of it, Grant. Oh, my gosh. Does anything really tickle the emotional senses like bacon? I swear to God. If you say bacon and eggs, and I'm hearing the sizzle of the eggs as they're frying, and the bacon, the aroma of it filling the air. OMG. And good morning to you, Angie. I can tell you're on your way to a hearty breakfast. Is the most important meal of the day. So glad you're here, Angie. Hope you're having a great day. Wow, Brian and Joe Dog have won StreamYard awards. I know. For quality of content and all that, and plus improvement. The shows have improved under StreamYard. I admit that OBS is a little beyond my pay grade. Although I am thinking, Carl, there is a way to tie your OBS into StreamYard, and I am seriously thinking about going back and retraining myself on OBS so that I can do a little bit more of the robust things that OBS can do, but I can't do yet in StreamYard. But StreamYard's getting better. It is getting better. And Brian, bring your award to Imaginarium this weekend and we'll snuggle with it. Oh, we don't need an award to snuggle, big boy. Anyway, I will try to remember to bring the StreamYard award. Everyone's going to want to snuggle my award. Anyway, and Carl Wisman Joe is not just the evil twin. He's probably part of triplets, and he's the worst of them. Oh my God, it'll be like that woman that had like 11 kids or whatever that had that TV show, right? And shamelessly stolen, says Joe Dog McKeel. Speed has never killed anyone. Suddenly decelerating to the stationary is the problem. That's true. It ain't the fall, it's the sun stop at the end. And hey, Grand Angie and B. Rodman. Oh yeah, they're all saying hello. And the Church of the Rising Tide and lowering taxes is modeled after Scientology, says Carl Witzman. We've got a village in Ghana sewing our emblem on t-shirts, and only half of them are doped up. See, we are here. We're doing it for the kids. That's what we're about. We're not doing it to the kids. That's another religion. But anyway, oh, did I say that out loud? If I haven't gotten canceled by now, what will? Holy cats. Yes, is everyone else as offended on Facebook as I am that Facebook is now going back months and even years to find dirt on you? I find it annoying for any number of reasons. Because all of us, nobody is perfect. Nobody has ever started out perfect and maintained. I have said things in the past. I continue to say things that are not PC. Of course, I do not appreciate PCism, but because PCism rhymes with schism, and that's what it's creating. But I find it almost obscene that Facebook, their algorithms are going back even into private conversations and finding things to block people. Like Joe Dog had a 30-day, he couldn't broadcast on Facebook for 30 days because of something he posted 6 months ago. And I and several other people have gotten like a little ding on our record. It's one of those things where it's kind of like a little slap on the wrist, but it's like, oh, we found a post you made does not match our current community standards, but we did you a favor and took it out. Well, it's like you took it out before I could see what it was. So if I have erred, I'd like to know so I don't offend you again. And I will openly, and I also heard that Facebook's algorithms now are targeting people who have complained about Facebook. So, there's a good reason why we're on YouTube, people. I mean, YouTube has its own foibles, but they are nowhere near as restrictive. As Facebook, it's almost like living in a communist bloc country. Facebook is making a lot of people terrified to post anything but cat videos and dinner. And like I said, I've said for months, if there was a viable alternative to Facebook as far as reaching people, I'd be elsewhere. I really would. It won't be me. We'll probably discuss it this weekend when I'm at Imaginarium. One of my panels on Sunday is going to be social media. So I've been told I know a little something about it. In fact, my Imaginarium panels, 2 in person and 2 virtually. Go to the Imaginarium for more. Enter the Imaginarium for more details. At 1:30, I'll do a virtual thing called Do You Nano, and it'll be all about NaNoWriMo. I've used it 3 times, one once, and we're going to talk about the benefits and the maybe there's things that are not wonderful about it, but we'll talk about that. And then on 4:15 on Saturday, I'll be doing a panel in the Ellis room. Hello, Steve. Writing and illustrating comics. We'll be talking about putting your funny books together. And then on Sunday at 11:15 in the Calumet room, I will be talking about A Creative's Mind. We're going to be talking about the various mental issues that keep us from unleashing our full creativity and what we can do, what we do to counter it. And then at 3 p.m., I will be doing a virtual panel on Sunday on social media platforms, and we will have a lively discussion about that. It will be fun. And so out of curiosity, why did you get a pillow when Joe Dog got a duck plush? I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm grateful. I think I'm working my way up the ladder. Now, Joe Dog does some exceptional stuff. Plus, Joe Dog's been kind of like trying to break the system for him. Whereas I've been kind and loving. He's bad cop, I'm good cop. So good cops get the pillow. This is fine. I'm happy pillow, happy Brian. Anyway, so I'm happy with it, Skunk. It's all good. And Brian Rodman says, Brian, we are right by each other in the main hall at Imaginarium, my friend. This weekend is going to be silly. I would hope so, my friend. I will be at, and did I write it down? Yes, I will be at booth C3 with the 4 feet of space behind me. Actually, if I have my way, it'll be 4.5. Anyway, it's going to be a fun time, and we do hope everyone will show up. Angie Judas, I wish you all could see Mooney, our cat character in the comic book, sleeping on Grant's bass guitar. There's probably a rude joke about strings on there. I'm not going there, Angie, I promise. And I'm sure that Michaela will probably get a StreamYard award soon. I hope she does. I really do. Michaela's doing some exceptional broadcasting. I'm very proud of everyone on the network. You and Ted and Heather and and the guys that helped me on Comic Book Spectrum. Just everybody is doing exceptional work on this, and I think everyone's game's been kicked up just at least a little bit. So and the stuff that Michaela's doing right now is just incredible. Nick Tockert is doing some wonderful stuff on Friday nights with the Historical Fencing Guild. There's just one great show after another, and I'm really looking forward to what Glenn B. Fleming and Ted Davies bring to the mix too. And of course, the breakaway star of our network, Chrissy Davies. Joe Dog McKeel, Facebook, reach this mark and we will share you. Everybody, mark reached. Done. Facebook, we made a new mark. Everybody, done. Facebook, reach this mark and pay us. Everybody, damn it. Yeah, that's the thing. And the funny thing is, I keep getting these for the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network and the Rising Tide Publications pages that I'll post something to make people, happy, something to maybe pull them out of the darkness for a moment or two, or just inspire them to just challenge themselves and be more creative. And it's like, or I'll be, posting a picture of my lunch, and Facebook be like, hey, you want to boost this? You want to expand your reach? Pay us money. But then when I have a new book out, crickets, tumbleweeds, their idea of spam is, I think they want me to take an official Facebook ad, which we'll probably do later in the year. Actually, I came up with something, and Brian Rodman knows what it is. It was yesterday. Don't tell anyone, Brian, but I got an idea yesterday that we may be getting some endorsements. So anyway, So anyway, we're going to be working on it. Brian Rodman says, will there be double the Brian, double the fun in the green room this Friday night? I guess we'll have to see. Gird your loins, folks. I think it's going to depend on how soon we get out of dinner. I mean, if at all possible, I will show up at the green room on Friday. So everyone's fairly warned. And Bill Zarn, great poster. I hope you can iron out those wrinkles in it and get it framed. We are looking at that. This is a beautiful poster. And it is drawn by, let me get her name, Alexia Veldhusen, and I know I'm mispronouncing it, William, but anyway, thank you so much for that poster. It is beautiful. I will get it put up behind me somewhere. We got to rent this wall out. Your space, your ad here. And Molly Daniels, looking forward to seeing you on Friday. Darling, looking forward to seeing you. Mwah. Molly will be there with us, along with Kenzie Michaels, and Kathy Jackson, Matthew Jackson, Brian and Robin Rodman, and I will be having the delicious and delightful cookie with me. And I'm so looking forward to Friday night and Saturday night. That's going to be so much fun. I know, Molly, you'll be at the banquet, but I don't have a horse in the race, so I'm not. Anyway, it's going to be a good time. And speaking of good times, the bird's the word. When you get Cindy Kep's nice and nifty newsletter at CKOEPP.com, it is something to tweet about. It genuinely is. And also check out her page, CKOEPP.com, and sign up for her monthly newsletter, as you can there. And check out her books on Amazon. She's got the brand new Animal Eye, beautiful thick book, and wonderful comic book is resulting from it. So check it out. And here we go. And John Peichel will be joining us at the Imaginarium. Forgot about him. I saw his name there. And hey there, I'm alive. I mean, I'm here working again in my bra. You go. Well, we won't be reading anything from Christian for the rest of the show. Anyway, Michaela, glad you're here, darling. Mwah. Hope you got to hear all the praise we gave you. And from the desk of the small press publisher, morning, Brian. At least we got schooled on last night. Yes, we did. We were invited to a class on how to sell your creativity, specifically comic books, better. But I was digging your pitch, man. I really was. But it was really a good time with the incomparable Henri Compon, who has sold almost 100,000 units of Yi Sun Shin, his comic book, without the help of Diamond. And he also does regular comic sales on Facebook. He's a terrific guy. And yeah, I had a good time. I'm seriously thinking about signing up for that course for a month, if you know what I mean. But anyway, yeah, we did get schooled on, and it was a good time. And from this repository, yes, Carl, never mind the furthermore. Oh, cute Mooney moment, says Carl Witzman. And you do better, Joe D, but I stole it first. Well, you guys could work, you could have it, you could launch it, Carl. Or if Joe was on, he could set it up so that you're also in on YouTube as well, and then Carl, can be a co-host or whatever. That'd be fun, you two. I think you two would be great. But anyway, you guys have fun. Make it yours, as usual. And because I love watching what you guys do. I really do. Grant Langer says, Mooney got up because I sat next to him with bacon. That would do it for me. And a friend of ours got a violation because she posted several send nude pics and got a picture of some noodles. That's nude with OONOOD. That is clever. That is funny. Well, you know, that's the thing I've said before. Somebody who I banned immediately from my page sent me basically a torture video. And I mean, serious torture. Let's just say it started with hanging a guy from a tree by his limbs, and that's all we'll say. The rest is infinitely worse. But I reported it and the poster to Facebook, and they said, well, this doesn't violate our community standards. And I said, well, if this doesn't violate, you know, if torture videos don't violate your community standards, what does? You know, apparently promoting our businesses, apparently sending innuendo does the same thing. You know, it's like, I don't think they were this strict back in the elections when people were, or at the start of the Mike Sharon and Miley Cyrus, when people were deliberately spreading disinformation. We would probably have herd immunity by now if it weren't for these clickbaiting morons. And that's all I'll say. Anyway, Carl Wisman says, if all that is true, Brian, maybe I'll be banned by Friday anyway, especially for false info about our cult in Ghana. That's true. It's not a cult. It's a family. Anyway, Grant Lankert, I just found out what MeWe is thanks to the Green Room is. Yeah, the Green Room and this show are great educators. Yeah, I've been on MeWe. It is, I think of it as the next generation Google Plus, you know. And good morning to Rick Bradley. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're having a great morning, my friend. And Carl Wisman, lots of good information in the Green Room. Lots of bad ideas, too, but that's beside the point. No, that is the point of going there. It's the bad ideas that keep us going. And 9 to 5 to pay bills keeps me from fun things, Carl. Well, I'm sorry, Joe D. McPhee, but check out Joe D. McPhee's show on Saturday night. Check out his show last Saturday. He had Karen Nicole. I'm still watching that. I had a lot to do. Yes, I've still got a lot to do today to get ready for Imaginarium, but I'm digging the show. You and Kara were terrific, and I love the discussions you got into. And great idea about the cards. Oh man, I wish you could license that and start your own card thing going. Anyway, Grant Lager says, I've been thinking about that idea you had for bringing back romance comics. I think my best idea is an anthology of people you wouldn't normally think of as characters in a romance book. Senior citizens, overweight people, handicapped people, etc. Yeah. Seriously. You know, that's the thing. I got like a week ago, I got a bunch of great old romance comics from DC and Charlton. And, you know, and Marvel and everybody else does the same. It's like the love interests are always, you know, stunningly gorgeous. Or it's one of those things, if they change their hairdo or take off their glasses, they're stunningly gorgeous. And it's kind of a false image. And that's the sort of stories I want to write, Grant. I love old romance comics, and especially since you get such great art in them. I've got a collection that's got some really cool art by people like Alex Toth, who, as he said himself, he spent the first half of his art career figuring out what to put into a comic page. Then he spent the last half figuring out what to take out and still make it work. He is the master of the the black and white art. It is beautiful stuff. And I think one of the companies, I think Dynamite was reprinting some of his Zorro work from Dell back in the days. Beautiful work, must see for every artist. But I'm interested in writing romance comics. In fact, I'm readying a pitch to a publisher about it. So anyway, John B. Pica, who will be joining us at Imaginarium, go, hey there, friends and foes. Happy New Comics Day. I'm excited. I know at least 2 comics I'm going to get today, and 2 titles I enjoy thoroughly. So I'm really happy about that. One was the Batman, The Adventures Continue. I'm loving that book. I love the first series. I'm loving the second one. I can't remember what the other book I'm expecting is, but since I started Comic Book Spectrum, I've really started looking forward to my trip to the comic shop. So, and I'm reading some good stuff on Hoopla too. So anyway, and John has a show at 10 p.m. on tonight where he's going to tell you what he bought at the comic shop. That is good stuff. And John does a lot of good stuff. Check out Back of the Cereal Box Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. I keep wanting to say p.m. for some reason, but a.m. in the morning. John will be with us at Imaginarium. So come see John and get his new book, Nightreich, available on Amazon. Skunkrocker says there's a difference in my eyes between being against PC culture and just not being PC. I'm not very PC, but I'm not against people who are. And if I'm asked to be respectful, I am. It's just being nice. No, I don't mind being nice to people. But I don't think PC is nice. When people become, we talk about becoming desensitized to certain things. When people are overly sensitive to it, that's when I get a little nuts about it. And from the artwork of the artwork of Bill Sarton, breaking news. Tune in this Friday at 9 a.m. Central Time on Facebook. A very special Nevermind the Furthermore with grumpy Uncle Carl Witzman. Jim Bob and John Boy get caught smoking Uncle Carl's cigars behind the barn, and you'll never guess what happens next. Jim Bob and John Boy can't take solid food ever again. That's what's going to happen. And John B. Pica says, I'll be at Imaginarium this Friday through Sunday. Hope to see some of you there. I hope to see you too, my brother. I will be there. I might even have my StreamYard pillow with me. And Kathy Jackson, bacon is meat candy. Oh my God, yes. And something I haven't done with bacon I really want to do is bacon. I've been hearing more and more good things about baking bacon rather than frying it on top of the stove. One, I'm told it shrinks less. It doesn't curl up as much. We did do something recently, Cookie and I. We did cook it with a little bit of brown sugar in it. And ooh la la, that stuff was good. And the Skunkrocker says, like, if someone wants to go by certain pronouns, for example, I don't care to do that. Some people balk at that idea for some stupid reason. It's just that don't be a jerk. Well, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I have a transgender friend who we like the hell out of each other. But the thing is, I met her when she was still transitioning. In fact, I met her when she was still calling herself half the time by what they refer to as the dead name. And last time I saw her at a show, I accidentally called her dude, which now you can call women dude. It's accepted, but I really because I call a lot of people dude. That's my default. And I realized what I had done after I left, and I wrote her the next day, or rather when I got home, I said, I realized I did this, and I really want to apologize. I hope I didn't offend you. And she wrote back saying no, because she knows where my heart is at, and she knows that I do try, even at my advanced stage, to not be deliberately rude in that regard. And that's something I don't think is worth teasing somebody about. Because it's a very, changing your gender is real damn personal. But she said, that she appreciated my concern and appreciated my apology. She said, although from you, it isn't necessary, which is nice. And understandable, Joe D, says Carl Witzman, so glad to be past the 9 to 5. Yeah. And like I said, I traded my 9 to 5 in for a job that takes every waking moment of my existence. And trust me, says Grant Lankard, I do. If we ever get to a point where the biggest problem we have is that people are being too polite and respectful, we'll be in good shape. I'm not thinking it's going to happen in my lifetime, Grant. In fact, I'm if it were generating light, I couldn't even see it from where we're standing. But someone I love to see is Jessica Johnson. Good morning. Mwah! Check out the time before last, the clever title pinning with Jessica Johnson, Lonnie Johnson, Dennis Manning. It was a fun show. And also check out, I know she's going to mention it, Heroes for Kids. They got a page here on Facebook, or there if you're watching on YouTube. They've also got a terrific convention coming up on the 17th, a week from Saturday, Heroes for Kids. And definitely check them out. And like the Heroes for Kids Comic-Con, definitely going to be a good time. I will be there. Amy Hill will be there. Kathy Jackson, I believe, will be there. Jackie Nelson, a whole bunch of really, really cool people. Please come see us down in Perryville, Missouri, just across the river from Chester, Illinois. You can visit the Popeye Museum too. And hey, Brian, hey, Glenn B. Fleming, how are you this morning, my friend? Hope you are doing well. Looking forward to your show. And I got to coordinate with you and Ted about doing some sort of introduction, I'm told. But anyway, I'm looking forward to launching that show really, really I'm excited for you guys. I really am. I think it's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to it so much. And the artwork of Bill Sarden says, join the Far Out and Groovy Kids by clicking on Facebook's SardenArt76, the artwork of Bill Sarden. For better days from yesteryear, his snazzy, jazzy sketches will tickle your innards and warm your heart. Plus, they're always available for purchase safe and securely through PayPal. So hit the follow button on the artwork of Bill Sarden, where everything old is new again. And still watching Kara Nicole. That's code, right? She knows I do. She knows I do. I think I've told you the story of my second meeting with her, and I worried that she wouldn't remember me. Yeah, she remembered me. Anyway, Anna Maria Salvaggio, good morning, love to all. How's everyone? Mwah, we are well, my darling. How are you? And Anna Maria will be at the virtual side of the Imaginarium panels this weekend, so please check out what she's doing. It's gonna be great. And Facebook gets to pick and choosing. It says Ace Bonnie. Ace, glad to have you here. Yeah, at least you can still get some variety on there. And I'm not quite as worried about the algorithms here as I am on Facebook. So here we are. Please subscribe. And I agree with you, Skunk, says Grant Lankard. My dentist told me I was the first person who answered the preferred pronoun question on their form without causing a problem. Wow. I have a friend, Grant, from the St. Louis area who she's a lovely young woman. And obviously she's a woman. And whoever she was talking to was a dope. And at one point called her sir. And she took umbrage to this, and she said, "Sir, I will have you know I am not a man. In fact, I would appreciate it if you would address me by my proper pronouns." And he's like, "Well, I'm sorry, what pronouns do you prefer?" And she goes, "Reptilian." So I guess the top of his skull exploded. So mission accomplished. Anyway, Michaela Jane says, after yesterday's fun, I'm ready for the weekend now. But wait, it's hump day. Oh, the ideas. I like where you're going with this, young lady. Hope I can help. And Carl Witzman says, if I saw that on form, I'd write in your holiness and see what happens. I would probably put in Kryptonian. If all my pronouns will be Kryptonian. I am Brian M. Okay, or Brian K. I had two parents. Anyway, Grant Lankard says, I added preferred pronoun question to the list of questions I asked for my newsletter. So far, nobody has objected to it, but I think it's a good way to weed out jerks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been doing that lately. On my Facebook page, I just get nervous when I get too many people on my page, especially when they're not participating. And because some people just try to get as many numbers in their friends file as they can. And it's like people who don't talk to me, people who don't interact with me. If you want to do that, go to the Rising Tide broadcast page or go to the Rising Tide publications page. That's fine. But I post so little of my own stuff anymore that, most of the time if I'm sharing with people, I'll just pick it up and call them. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the Skunk Rocker says, well, it's like I've got some great ideas to use my StreamYard account for, but I can't corral anybody for even 5 minutes to try to test some things out because no one cares. Well, they also might be busy. Sometimes I do some StreamYard things with people. Skunk, one of these evenings, let me know, and maybe we can work that out. How's that? It won't be this week, of course, but maybe next week. Let's send me a DM and let's see if we can schedule something. Okay, Carl Witzman. That explains why I haven't been in Grant's newsletter. Oh, you just wait your turn, Carl Witzman. You just wait your turn. Glenn Fleming said George Carlin told us that political correctness is just fascism with manners. Food for thought. OMG, that is so profound. Yeah, that's true. Jonathan Pye. I'm sure you're familiar with him, Glenn. He is a British comedian who takes on the persona of a BBC news broadcaster, and then it's his between on-air rants that just make him so delightful. But he had a super one in 2016 when Donald Trump was elected president, and before he began his reign of error, and he did talk about, that Pye was a dyed-in-the-wool socialist. He wasn't just liberal; he was a socialist. And he talked about how Hillary basically blew her own election and screwed it up for basically Bernie Sanders as well. But one thing he talked about was I have opinions about how my side had screwed up American politics, but I don't dare say it because we have seized the control of the narrative, but the people who have their hand on the wheel basically aren't allowing dissent. So if you don't agree 100% with them, you're as bad as somebody who's completely on the other side. So yeah, George Carlin was in many ways a prophet, unfortunately. Him and George Orwell. Donna Carlene says, I use that pre-cooked bacon, easier and cleaner to make and just as delicious. Also easier when one of you prefers extra crispy and one prefers extra limp. I can't imagine you like anything limp, Donna. But anyway, but no, bacon is a personal choice, and whatever gets your bacon fried, I say do it. And Grant Lankard says, I would like to have you on my newsletter, Carl, but it's mainly about comic books, and to my knowledge, you're not a huge comic book fan. And Grant Lankard likes it limp. Shut up, Christian. Yeah. I'm stopping. Anyway, I am so stopping. Carl Westman says, I know, Grant, I was just joking about being a jerk. He is. He's not a jerk. He is the antithesis of jerkery. And Anna Maria Salvaggio says, I have trans friends and say dude all the time to everyone, so I've been blessed so far, but no one's called me on it. Being part of the queer community, I'm pretty aware of it. Yeah, and she never called me on it. And she and I have the kind of relationship that if I have aired sufficiently, she will give me a mid-course correction, and I welcome it, because you want to do right by people. And something like this, like I said, is very personal. So if I'm calling you by the wrong pronoun, let me know. I will apologize, and I will strive to do better. I will screw up incredibly, but you just keep correcting me. I'll get it eventually. So yeah, and I have, and this sounds, like I've got friends who are, which is an argument that hasn't had, a sentence that shouldn't have been uttered past the 80s. But I do have friends in the trans community. I have friends all over the rainbow, and and I adore them all. And it's like my motto is, I don't care what you do, as long as you don't scare the livestock. So that is where I draw the line. Grant Lankard says, maybe I'll have an issue of my newsletter that's the non-comic book issue. It's the main reason Michaela and a few other Nevermorians haven't been in my newsletter yet. Well, Sidney Kep has written a comic script. And what would be a good angle for somebody like Carl would be, Carl has supported some Kickstarter campaigns, and he's not a comic book fan. Why is that? If that isn't a good interview, I don't know what is. And only joking, Carl Witzman, asked Joe Dog McKeelan. Carl ain't telling. Amy Hale says, sadly, I'll miss Heroes for Kids this year. I'll be at Writers at the River that weekend. Yeah, and I'm not, and I will be sad that you won't be with us in Missouri, but kind of like, dang, years, I want to get to Writers on the River before I'm too old to leave the house. I think that would be such a fun environment. I'd really like to get in there someday. Hopefully, one day I won't have a conflict, Although this year may be the exception, but a number of shows that I'm at this year, I may not be at next year. Because maybe that's not the right show for me. I've got, with Cookie with me, I will be looking at things critically. Of course, I think this year's going to be a weird year, and maybe one I shouldn't take into account, simply because we, people are hungry to get out. Every show I've done so far this year has been really, really good to us, especially Peoria. Love Peoria. Some of my favorite people in the universe, and I got to spend all day with them, and then I got to spend part of the evening with them. What could be better than that? All right. And Ace Bonnie says, speaking of Kara, her 52 card pickup has 2 days left on Kickstarter. Yes, please check that out. It's the 52 card pinup. It's a deck of cards with 52 different images of Kara Nicole and her cosplay. And also, she also does like the Jokers, and I think she's doing an Old Maid card in there. But anyway, it's a really exciting project. I have pledged to it, and I picked up the magazine too. She's got all kinds of great thank you gifts. Please check it out on Kickstarter. Do I have yes, I do have the link here. Hold on a second. I will Kara, I love you. That's why I'm doing this. Anyway, and also she's been a guest several times on the aforementioned Nevermind the Furthermore and Clever Tile Pending. Out 52 card pinup by the amazing Kara Nicole. 2 days left. And there we go. Oh, hold on. Wrong button. Let's try this. There we go. All right. And I'm going to highlight that, copy the new message, hit the chat, and it's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking. And there we go. 1054. We're not bad. I'm not doing bad. Anyway, please check this out. Check out 52 card pinup by the amazing Kara Nicole. She is a lovely lady, one of the smartest people around. Check out her show last Saturday with from the Desk of Small Press Publisher. She and Joe D. McPhee had a great conversation. It was good stuff. So please check it out. And she's my friend. So anyway, let's see. Likes it limp. We're definitely going past that. And thank you, Ace Bonnie, for that reminders. I appreciate that a lot. Rick Bradley says, working on my Patreon, and I'm mostly set up just trying to figure out good names for them. And of course, my brain is like, names, what are those? Yeah. My Patreon took years. I've had my Patreon for about 5 years, and I never really did anything with it. Until like just a few months ago. And thank you to everyone who is my Patreon subscriber. I do appreciate you so very much. And in fact, I'm working on a blog entry today, and we're going to try to post a chapter or so of the Terrors this week. Anna Maria Salvaggio, Imaginarium, so excited. I'm excited too, Hunt. Teaching a virtual workshop at noon on Saturday on building out your book with unique blow-the-box-away promo materials. And make sure to get in on the door in person for one of my super cool little writerly packets, sticker zines, and more in the goodie bag for the first 50 attendees. Awesome. What a trip. And she is, follow Anna Maria on Facebook and was it Twitch, I believe it is, or is it Discord? But anyway, she's an amazing creative woman, and check out her stuff on Clever Tile Pending a week ago Tuesday. And did she hit her goal, Ace? She hit that almost immediately. Kara was asking for $2,000, and I need to refresh this page, but she's got well over 28,000 by now, probably 29. 59 more hours to go. Yeah, she's at 28,499, and check that page out. Check out Kara Nicole. Oh, yeah. And she's got 59 hours to go, 275 backers. It is good stuff. You'll definitely be thrilled to get that. And you can play with the cards, too. And anyway, let's see. Here we go. From the Desk of Small Press Publisher, Carl, at Brian's funeral, you or I will need to stand up and address the people like my friend Brian loved his cookie, but was constantly watching Kara Nicole. I did envy that a bit. Cookie knows. Cookie's met Kara. The two have met, and I'm still alive. It's like I told Cookie when we first got married. It's like I've looked at women for years, long before I knew you, and I'm not going to stop now. But it shouldn't matter where I work up an appetite as long as I come home to eat. That's why I'm so fat. Anyway, love my duck. Anyway, and John B. Pica has just updated his website, johnpica.com. Please check that out for all the amazing stuff this man does. Angie Duda says, Brian, I'm curious about what you love and hate about going to cons and shows. I hate setup. I hate packing up. I love talking to the people. I love people watching. I love selling stuff. I don't like being away from my table any more than I have to. But unfortunately, since I am somewhat of a personality, I do get called upon to lead discussions and stuff. And that's why I'm grateful Cookie is going to be with me this weekend. Brian Rodman will be able to keep an eye on things, and keep an eye on Cookie. Okay. You don't know what she's going to do, Brian. Anyway, but no, but also Holly Philippe needed some help with the panels, and I was happy to help her out because I love her. I love everybody at Imaginarium. They've made me so very welcome. That's one nice thing about Imaginarium. Once you go there, you could wind up becoming part of the family, and I think I am. So, you know, and also to whom much has been given, much is expected. So I gladly do that. Holly was very solicitous of my schedule. But anyway, things I don't like about shows. I don't like the fact that when the cosplay contest is over, the place empties out. I don't like people who stand in front of your booth and not buy anything and get angry when you say, could you move to one side, please, so my customers can get through. You know, you don't say it in bad or anything. I have heard people be rude about it, but, you know, and I also don't like people, and this is something also that I've seen at a lot of cons in the last 10 years, is people get their entertainment for free or for free, like on YouTube or in gaming, or just, you know, when it was worse than it is now, downloading, file sharing. And now they expect everything to be free. I've been to more than one show where all of our stuff, people will come in, and this is especially true of the video gaming community. I've noticed that because they tune into YouTube or Twitch or Discord, they watch their favorite people and they're entertained for hours, and then they expect all the other stuff to be free. And last time I was at Indie PopCon, which is this weekend. Check out Henri Compon. He will be there, and he and Kevin Hines. They will be selling their wares and being awesome. But anyway, last show I did, several of us, people were coming up and go, oh, you know, pick up Volcano, which is $25. And they're like, oh, this is free, right? No. And I had one friend, Scott Rosima, who his stuff, he had signs with the prices, and they're picking the stuff up by the fistful and saying, this is free, right? And he's like, no. And I've had people at some of these shows just pick my stuff up and just start to walk away. And I'll go, excuse me, that's, you know, whatever the price is. And, oh, I thought it was free because I paid my admission. I'm like, no, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. So, and, you know, and, yeah, and I've got a whole bunch of little peeves, but mostly I love going to see people. I love seeing my friends. I love seeing, especially now that we have made friends. Like Brian Rodman and I have never met in person, and this weekend we're going to be broheiming all weekend long, I'm sure. Much to his spouse's and mine's horror, but or there's people I don't see that often because we live so far away. But I can, like, you know, it's like you see them at a show, and it's like, okay, it's like I saw you a couple days ago. I saw you online, but I saw you nonetheless. You know, and it takes a little sting out of being apart. There is more to like than not to like. I will say that. And so I'll keep doing it as long as I am physically able to do it. Which I expect will probably be a few more years. But yeah, like I said, mostly what it is, you know, and sometimes the travel to and from is a drag. Plus I like my house. I like my home. This is where my comics are. And I don't like being away from home too long. And I especially don't like spending the night by myself, and Cookie doesn't like it either. We've kind of gotten used to each other. And we both sleep better when the other one is in the bed with us. So that's how it is. So there's 20 minutes on a simple question. Anyway, fill in preferred pronoun. My inner smartass just went ding. I guess I now wish to be called it, that, hey, you. This is Joe Dog McKeel. Well, thank you very much. That you've given me some horrible ideas. And Ace Bonnie said, yes, Kara did hit that goal. Yeah, I think she hit it like in a few minutes of launching her campaign. That's what happens when you set up your social platforms correctly and develop your following. All right. And Carl mocks Jody with his laughter. And Michaela J says, Andy bakes bacon, and yes, it is so good. Andy is a super cook. He really is. And Mario Salvaggio goes, bacon is a food group. Yes. Amazingly, Arby's, which I never go to, has a really good market fresh BLT. There was a cafe in Florida that served their BLTs on croissants with egg salad on top. It was life-changing. OMG. Wow. I know a Cookie and I've got to have for lunch one of these days soon. But yeah, Actually, Arby's does have some good sandwiches. I love the classic. Love their horsey sauce. Uh, I recently went in. They had like a oh gosh, what Wagyu. They had a Wagyu blend, which is probably like 1% Wagyu and 99% ground chuck. But they had a good solid hamburger, and it was really tasty. Really good sauce on it. What else do I like? I like a lot of it. And did you know that Arby's is actually the number one sandwich place because it's not because they normally don't sell hamburgers. They're not considered a burger joint like McDonald's or Burger King. So, but this was pretty good. I go there not all that often, but I kill for the Jamocha shake. The Jamocha shake and bacon would be like a perfect meal for me. Glenn B. Fleming, yeah, Jonathan Pye is a funny guy like Carlin and Lenny Bruce. Their humor hits the nail right on the head, and then you realize they are informing us the way it is, and that's scary. That they're so good. They are so good at it. And yeah, Jonathan Pye has had some incredible essays on American politics, and he's a Brit. You know, very insightful and funny as hell. And Carl Westman says, is that feeling my heart belches? Nope, all good. Continue smoking and guzzling coffee. Good man. And good morning to Cindy Cap, CKOEPP.com. Please sign up for a newsletter. Came out like a couple weeks ago, and it was fantastic as always. Cindy, it's never too late to sign up. Go to CKOEPP.com and check her out this weekend. She's going to be in West Des Moines at the Indie Author Book Expo, and she's going to be amazing. And the Rising Tide Broadcast Network says, John and I are looking at changing shows up every year to improve my reach. Why not? Why not? Seriously. Or add to your shows. You see, the thing is, here's a tip for everyone broadcasting on YouTube. YouTube is now looking for three parameters. One, of course, is do you have 4,000 viewing hours in 1 month? Also, do you have a minimum of 1,000 subscriptions? But also, they look at engagement. Now, see, the thing is, with more shows, you have more possible engagement, which will help. And then you also you have a better chance of hitting the minimum number of hours. This show has, I could sell you hours. I mean, I've got more hours than a colony of timeshares. That I've got more than enough, hours. And thank you to everyone who watches us, whether you're watching live or on the rerun. It's greatly appreciated. But yeah, it's a tricky balance, because you can only do so much and so much that you want to do. But that's their rules. At least unlike Facebook, they don't keep constantly moving the goalposts. I do like that about Facebook, or rather YouTube, not Facebook. Facebook. And Santa sign is good for a few giggles, at least one every other page, I would think, says Cindy Cap. And it's available on Smashwords. You'll be glad that you saw it. And let's see. Whoop. This is only like the second comment dump. I think we're doing pretty good today. And also, one more reminder, please check out 52 card pinup by the amazing Karen Nicole. 2 days left. Or actually 59 hours. That's a little over 2 days, but please check it out. Don't wait till the last minute to back this amazing project. I'm excited. I'm ordering the cards in the magazine. And it's a winner because she's made her goal. So it's coming out, and she's good at fulfillment. So definitely check it out. In fact, Saturday night on Joe D. McPhee's show from the Destin Small Press Publisher, he opened up her mailing to him, so she doesn't have a package. Anyway, Molly Dale says, forgot to mention today is my spotlight day over the PenCon Facebook page, so come over and say hi. Well, very cool. Definitely say hello to Molly Dales. Mwah. And the amazing Kenzie Michaels too. And also, didn't realize it was me signed in as Rising Tide. That's okay. And then you get Amazon reviews made less impossible, and Amazon is definitely for $2.99. This book will teach you how to write short, honest reviews, and even gives you a handy template for doing so and tells you why it's so important to do so. So check out Amazon Book Reviews Made Less Impossible by Brian K. Morris, a reader's guide to rewarding authors. And also get dangerous with swords and axes. safely. Check out Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tucker, the Historical Fencing Guild, every Friday night at 8 p.m. And then Nightbreak, the brand new book from John B. Pica and Seventh Star Press. Check it out, available on Amazon, and you can get copies this weekend from John Pica at the Imaginarium. Enter the Imaginarium.com. And all Doctor Who things, that means you want to get to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Hey, there's Christian illusionist Jake Lindsay. Glad to see you, sir. Hey, Brian, how are you? Let's see. I'm fine. Sorry I haven't been on. I've been really busy getting new illusions here for my 13 shows coming up. Oh, and with the vaccine, I did get side effects, but it was a cold. Yeah. Side effects are, for most people, minimal. So, but you've done your part to help save the world, man. You're a superhero, okay? I'm glad I got mine. And speaking of glad, I'm glad for Cindy Kep, who's saying, support the growth of dingoes. We will have a dingo in the dealer room at Imaginarium. Come check us both out. And you can get the Great Dastardly Dingoes podcast at that address there. Anna Maria Savaggio says, I am Renmillion on literally every platform. Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all my new designs, and more. I've got a Discord community as well. I sow Discord wherever I go. And is there anything I need to know for the second Pfizer vaccine? If you had side effects from the first, you're likely to have side effects from the second. The second side effects, if it's like the Moderna, which I had, they'll be a little more severe, but nothing deadly. I do recommend have a snack before you go, just before you go in to get the shot, and make sure you drink plenty of water, not coffee, not soda, water, because that'll help keep you hydrated, and it will, because I found the shot kind of messed with my blood sugar. And I got dizzy the first time. Second time, I had a little bit of brain fog, and I got cold symptoms, like the early tickle of a cold. But then, like a couple days later, it's like all of a sudden, 1 second I am like, I'll feel stuffy, don't feel good, and then the next second I'm like, hey, let's hit the typewriter, I'm ready to go. So just know that when you get these symptoms, Jake, what it's telling you is the vaccine is working. It is attaching the RNA is attaching to your immune system, the little boogers down there, and it's it's basically telling them, okay, I'm not going to give you a dead virus to play with. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. Write it down. In fact, I'll write it on you so you'll remember, and so next time you encounter this virus, you'll know how to attack it. See, easy peasy. And nerds have culture too. Check out Ryan Permison's work on YouTube because he's awesome. And small publishers have desks, and Joe D. McPhee's is always full of good stuff. Also check him out. He's frequently on Indie Volt. He's great. And Neurosis, and you better see Amy Hale about that. Check out her latest book, Neuroses, available on Amazon. And Trilogy Warriors, that's Michaela Jade's books. That's her jam. Check it out on Amazon as well. And read Craft Paper Muse magazine free online at craftpapermuse.com. New issues are coming out soon. COVID derailed me, didn't do it to us all. So we're on our way back. Interested in being part of it? Drop her a note tying in the podcast this month. Most excellent. Thank you, hon. And How Poetic, Teresa Dunn, Poetry Expressions, both volumes available now on Amazon. And guilds are fencing historically. We're not talking about putting up barriers between properties. We're talking about hand-to-hand combat. Check it out every Friday night on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network at from the Historical Fencing Guild. And you want to talk comics with Pops? Then sign up for CromCon, happening the last weekend of this month. Please check it out. The 31st, I believe it is, of April. 30 days. Okay, yeah, July 31st and August 1st. Be CromCon 16. As of last I heard, 4 more slots are open. So if you're a creative, particularly in comic books, contact Pops Van Zandt immediately and see if you can nail one of those time slots. And Scott Crocker says, I get what you're saying, boss, but all the time? How are people busy all the time? When you're easily distracted, you're busy all the time. Trust me. And nice seeing you again, Jake. Yeah, seriously. Good to see you, Jake. And the Hybrids, Sons of Gods, check it out. Kickstarter with the brand new Hybrids role-playing quick play game, now being sold separately from the comic book. This is by Nick Tockard, and I play tested one of the early iterations of it. It's a beautiful system. It's a beautiful pickup system, and if you've never played an RPG, a tabletop RPG before, then this is the introduction you need. It was fun. The play was almost intuitive, and it was a really good time. So I got one for with my order of Luke Stone's latest book, and looking forward to seeing the role-playing game. Scott Crocker says, I seriously feel like one of those guys in an 80s teen sitcom where every time he asks out a girl, he gets a different excuse: washing her hair on Thursday, doctor appointment on Friday, dead on Saturday. I know. That was my single life. There was a record by he's a Chicago DJ. I'm blanking on his name, but he did a number of great parody records. He's the one that did the you'll remember it, Skunk. He did the Disco Demolition in Wrigley Field, and they had a record burning and like on the pitcher's mound. It kind of messed up the field. But anyway, it's not Rick Dees. God, I can't remember his name. Big Chicago name for the longest time. But anyway, he did a parody of "Do You Think I'm Sexy" by Rod Stewart, and in between the lyrics, the guy was saying, "Hi, oh, you're beautiful. Listen, can I have your phone number? Oh, you don't have a phone? Listen, give me your address. I'll pop by sometime." What do you mean you don't live anywhere? So funny stuff. I'll remember once I'm off the air. And live on Quora, please check that out currently on Indiegogo. Now that's made its, I believe it's made its goal, but now we're going for the stretch goals now. And I think as of last night, Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin had two more pledges, and he unlocks another stretch goal. So if he hasn't done it already, please check it out. And also check out the Clever Tile Pending last night. He was so much fun. Pauper Night, good to see you this morning. I've worked in several restaurants, and I've eaten in many places, but the places that have the crispy bacon that takes good all microwave their bacon. Oh, really? Interesting. I didn't know that. And the Scott Cracker says, anyway, while I appreciate the offer, I need more than just one person. In fact, I need several at the same time, so it's probably never going to happen. Carl, let's see what we can do to help this young man. What do you say? And Anna Maria Salvatio, the Jamocha Shakes are also a food group. See, I told you. Anna Maria knows. My cardiologist says I'm full of crap. No, actually, I'm full of cholesterol, but I don't care. And IAB in West Des Moines at Valley West Mall, come over and get stuff from Cindy Kipp. She's going to be set up there. It's a great thing. Check out the Indie Author Book Expo. We love you, Jen Thompson. And Joe Dog McKeel says, someone said, I live a dog's life, so true to their word. I acted like I was chasing my tail. That's my day, too. When I stopped, I was so dizzy, I laid on the floor after falling down. I think I need to puke. Well, good luck with your pukage, young man. Enjoy your day. And let's see, number 3, the comment up. We're doing good. And on July 17th, Old School Gamer Auction at the Iowa Gaming Classic, Cindy Kipp will be there, so you should be too. And I grew up on George Carlin, said Rick Bradley, so that might explain my outlook on things. Yeah, definitely. Mad Magazine at 5 years old. That colored my perception of the world. And George Carlin teaching me to question everything. Yeah. Cindy Cap said that on July 24th at Fort Dodge Comic and Toy Show, she's going to be there. QuadCon Fort Frenzy, and she'll be there. Will you? The answer better be yes. And on the 25th, the QuadCon Waterloo Comic and Toy Show, and then she'll be there too. Definitely check it out. Cindy's got all kinds of great books, as well as Amigurumi. It's good stuff. And I can't wait for Heroes for Kids Con. I'm so excited. I am too. And also there'll be a writing panel. Michaela will be on it. It will be fun. And so will Kathy Jackson. The artwork of Bill Sargent says, I heard that Nathan's Famous Restaurants are bringing back Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips. Initially, you'll be able to order some from the classic menu, but they eventually want to bring back the physical restaurants. I hope so. The one place on North Gilbert Street, I'm sure you and Carl and Donna will remember this. I think it's currently a Domino's. Before that, it was Der Wiener Schnitzel, I think it was. And before that, it was an Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips. And it was my favorite fish place, along with my mom's. It was fantastic. That was the place where I learned to love malt vinegar on fish rather than tartar sauce. Yeah, I really dug their food there, man. I would love for the restaurants to come back. That is good news. And there's my guest from last night, my good friend Mike Jimmy Larson de Bruin. Hey, lovelies, coming in from my new studio. OMG. Yeah, last night we got a view of his current studio, and Mike Jimmy is working on setting up his brand new art studio. How cool. Please watch last night's show. Mike Jimmy was so good on there. He was so cool. And on July 30th through 31st, rather, through August 1st, the Davenport QuadCon Comic and Toy Show with cool stuff. And she's going to have a really busy July. Good for you, young lady. Good for you. Yeah, my July and my September are packed, and my October is filling up. And I might have maybe a couple open dates in August. I don't know. It's filling up too. And Mike Jimmy Lorsha de Bruin. And of course, a huge thank you to Brian for having me on yesterday with Clever Title Pending. Be sure to watch that show because fun was definitely had. I had a fantastic time. You were amazing. Thank you for your views on European comics. It was so refreshing. And talking about the difference between American and European funny books, and it just whetted my appetite. I want to go out and reread my Asterix now. Good stuff. And Cindy Camp sadly is out of break. Oh no, don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. Bring cookie home and sign up for Rising Tide's newsletter if you're interested in that. Why would you not be? RisingTide.pub comes out the first of every month, and we have secret links, usually something entertaining, occasionally informative. We had a good video, I think, this month. Cookie found it for me. On a full explanation as to why the supply chain has broken down, since the start of 2020. It's not just because of the Miley Cyrus, My Sharona Peter pandemic. It is a number of factors, and why we are still undergoing the slowdown in getting goods to where they need to be. In fact, I was talking to someone yesterday about their significant other works at the Walmart, a Walmart distribution center, and they've got orders backing up, but they can't get the products in because they're usually at some port, and probably in LA, that's holding up, that the orders are being held up. Yeah, the video that I sent said that previously the delay of a ship arriving at the LA harbor and getting unloaded was something like a day or usually less. Now it's several days. And it's impacting everything. That's why cars are becoming harder to find. Cars are more expensive. Electronics are going up, and it's going to be like this for a while. But anyway, thank you, Cindy Cap. Love you, hon. Hope you have a great, great day. And Grant Laker, good job, Mike. Yeah, he did a super job last night. He was so much fun. We definitely talked. We are definitely going to be doing this again. And Christian Jake says, like, I have a show after the second dose, and I'm nervous that I'll feel down after it. Like, I can deal with a cold, but nothing worse than that. It won't be any worse than a cold. If you're like me, Jake, you will feel like you're starting a cold, but it won't be, as severe as a cold. You may have a sniffle, but you won't be like stopped up permanently or anything. It passes so quickly too. But definitely get something to eat beforehand, and definitely take in as much water as you can. That will help immensely. And then rest, okay? And I saw most of your Clever Tile Pending. You should watch the rest of it. He was fantastic. It was fun for sure, even if I had to wake up again in the middle of the night. I felt so bad afterwards. It's like, oh my God, he's up so late. It was like when I had Glenn B. Fleming on. It's like, oh my God, it's the middle of the night for you. Well, Glenn normally stays up that late, but Mike Jimmy has a lot going on, so I understand. But thank you for being on last night, Mike Jimmy. We are so going to do this again. And Maria Salvaggio says, for any of the vaccine shots, do not take ibuprofen or Tylenol or anything prior. Regular RX meds are okay. Drink plenty of water and keep your arm moving. It'll be sore, but it will go away if you keep moving. Yeah, that's one thing I didn't do. And I found the first shot, my arm didn't get sore. The second shot, it did. I have this habit when I'm going down the steps, from the top floor to the ground floor. We don't have railings, and sometimes I just get caught up in the gravity, and I don't want to like grab like a hurt my hand like trying to grab the doorway or something. And so I got in the habit of like going to the bottom of the steps, and there's a little curve at the very bottom, and just kind of like shoulder checking myself at the far wall. Well, I'm out of the habit thanks to my second COVID shot. I did that a couple times, and I was like, oh dear God, the pain. So anyway, Christian illusionist Jake Lindsay says the first shot I was too tense because of the fear of what's the best way to not get tense, because I get nervous really. Don't look at it going in. And know that you're doing something not only good for yourself, but you're doing it for the rest of humanity. And you're doing something that is totally unselfish, because the thing is, with the severity of the coronavirus and its new variant, the Delta version of it, the Delta mutation, that it's not so much, you could be asymptomatic, meaning you don't show any of the signs, you don't feel bad, you don't cough, you don't have any weakness, brain fog, whatever, but you'd carry the infection to someone else. And I told people, no, I wasn't real happy about getting another shot every year either, or two of them for that matter. I don't like needles. I'm not a big fan of hypodermics. But the fact is, I was making sure that someone's grandma couldn't get sick because of me. She passed away before the start of the coronavirus, but I had a next door neighbor who was in her mid-70s. I would have been terrified to visit her before I got my shot, because I had reasonable expectations of my immune system. I have a pretty good immune system, especially when it's challenged. I almost become Wolverine minus the claws, but I would be afraid of going next door and giving it to her, because she was a frail health anyway. Obviously, she's no longer with us, but you're doing something so unselfish, Jake, and you're doing it for the community. You're doing it for the world. You're doing it for everyone around you. And the bonus is the vaccines have been shown to be effective against the Delta variant as well, which is even more infectious, and the illness is a little more severe. So it's all good, brother. It's all good. Do not listen to people on Facebook unless it's me, because I try to bring you the truth about this, because this is too serious to really be joking about when aside from a little bit about 5G and chemtrails and all the stuff that Glenn and Ted are going to talk about a week from tonight. You're doing something good, man. You're doing the Lord's work. All right. Anyway, Jake, remember what Bruce Springsteen said to Christopher Titus, says the Skunk Rocker. When you feel dead, you step out on that stage and the audience gives their life to you for that show, and you feel alive again. Exactly. And that's the thing, like Henri Compound mentioned that last night during our Zoom meeting, that, it's almost like a performance when you're selling stuff, that the audience is your potential customer, and you kind of feed each other energy. And I've known that. I felt that, doing stage. I understand why some actors prefer to do stage over, say, film or television, because you get that vibe from the audience that gets you going. And live theater is the original interactive theater. Okay. The audience reaction influences what you do. I remember one time, there was this one time, my co-star and I kind of had like this call and answer kind of thing going. And one night we got the timing perfectly. We were finishing each other's sentences, and we went off stage, and the audience just started going ape over us. And we're like, wow. And we were both like, okay, bring on the next act. We are so ready to go back out there. It's invigorating. It really is. Skunk Rocker continues, just prepare in advance, have a good meal, rest up, and know that you were going to step out on that stage and you are gonna rock. There you go. Jake, the performance of a lifetime awaits you. Thank you, Skunk, for that very, very, very wise advice there. And Bill Veck, no. Gary Meyer was his helper for a long time. God, I wish I could remember his name. I'm sure if I took the time to look it up, I could do it. But no, Bill Veck was the manager of the Cubs, I think, at the time. But anyway, it was the disc jockey who I was trying to think of. Gary Meyer, Steve Dahl. Steve Dahl, that was it. I really don't like Steve Dahl as a broadcaster. I really don't. When he was on WLS, I stopped listening as much because who is it? Ro Khan. I liked Ro Khan in the afternoons. And of course, now Joe and maybe Carl and Donna and I are the only ones that know what I'm talking about now. Then they got rid of him for Steve Dahl. And I remember like the first week, Steve was getting some pushback from the audience. The phones were ringing saying, what happened to Ro? What happened to Ro? Why are you there? And something happened. And he goes, boy, now I know, or somebody got replaced or something. But he's, Steve one day said, boy, I know how Ro Khan feels now. But anyway, and was it when they had, oh God, why am I so bad on names this morning? They had another guy, Jonathan Brandmeier. Oh my God, I had heard so many wonderful things about Jonathan Brandmeier at other stations. Then when I finally heard him on WLSAM, oh my God, he was awful. It took him 20 minutes every morning to tell a joke. It's like, hey, why did the chicken cross the road? Hey, stay tuned. I'll have more of this joke later. Yeah. The chicken, like it's crossing this road, and there's cars whizzing by and everything. There's cars that, this chicken's and it took him 20 minutes to tell a joke. And I'm like, okay, that's it. I am definitely out of here now. Now I'm out of the habit because the last I heard, Mancow Muller was doing the morning drive, and I like Mancow. I really like Mancow a lot. So, but I'm rarely up when he's on the air. So anyway, the famous that was the White Sox, not the Cubs. That's Disco Demolition, where the White Sox jerseys had butterfly collars. Oh, I'd forgotten that part. And getting that time, hashtag Cookie is hungry. Yeah, she probably is. She can wait. No, she's downstairs. This week will be a little lighter, and I will make up for it on the weekend. I promise. And do you think the safari theme I'm doing will work for kids' shows in your opinion? Kids love safaris. Kids love the jungle and the animals and everything. I saw the thing. I dig it. I think they'll love it, Jake. I really do. Molly Daniels, hop down over here so I can listen as I post. Yes, Molly Daniels, we've been waiting for you, darling. And Maria Salvaggio, oh my gosh, my grandmother and I used to go to Arthur Treacher's when I was a kid. I would freak if they had any locations in Kentucky. I'd even drive to Cincy for that. Hell, I'd drive to Cincy for that. It's a 3-hour drive. I'd go. Oh, and that's where I think that's where I first had hush puppies. Never had them before. And oh my God, so many great memories coming back. And T30 until time to feed Cookie. Thank you, Jody McPhee. I appreciate the time check there. And comment, dump, engage. That's enough out of you, Jake Lindsay. And if I had an ivy in my bone recently, so needles scare me a lot because the needle in my bone had me screaming Bloody Mary in the surgery room when I never feel pain that bad. When I was in pain, the nurse asked my mom, should I stop trying to find a spot? She told the nurse, stop doing that. It's hurting him. They had to bring in another nurse to put in the IV. I had a nurse when I was 16 trying to draw blood, and my veins are loose. They jump around. And she was doing this corkscrew thing, and it hurt so bad. I told her, you've got one more. And this is like the 4th time. And after number 2, she started doing that corkscrew thing with the hypo. And I told her on the 4th after the 4th attempt, I said, you get it this time, or I'm going to punch you in the face. And I mean it sincerely. And sure enough, she nailed it that last time. That's why whenever I give blood, I always make sure they know I have rolling veins. So, but I understand it. And was Brian saying I'm old? I'm sorry, I fell asleep in my chair. Nurse, I would never say you're old. Carl, I'm older than you are. I'm ancient. I'm now a seasoned citizen, Carl. And Bill Sartin would know this stuff too. WLS kept firing all the on-air personalities, and WGN would hire them. Now WLS jock legends John Records Landecker and Bob Surratt are on WGN. I loved those two. I wonder, does he still do Boogie Check? And it was funny. I also used to listen to WCFL back in those days. WCFL used to be the dumping ground for WLS talent back in the early 70s when I was in high school. And one night, I remember there was somebody that called into Dr. Brock was his name. I never found out his real name, but he was on WCFL in the evenings. the old Ron Riley shift. Actually, it was Landecker's shift, too. And he came on, and Dr. Brock was giving him all kinds of crap for being obnoxious on the air. And then they did Boogie Check the next night, and I recognized his voice. The same caller called Boogie Check, and Landecker said, "You're not going to pull the same crap on me that you did across the river last night," and hung up on him. So it's like, interesting. I wonder if somebody was listening and gave Landecker a heads up, or Brock and Landecker were friends and said, "Hey, listen, I got this one gnome who called in. I think you deserve a warning." Anyway, the Skunkrocker continues, says, "See, this is why our society needs to stop being so negative towards those who are addicted to drugs. Take, for example, heroin addicts. I think there should be more things to help them. I really do. We can't do enough for them, really." And Gospel Illusionist Jake Lindsay says, when I can deal with pain, the needle in the bone was worse than pneumonia, in my opinion. I've had pneumonia. I had pneumonia in my early 40s, and I swear it was one of the 2 times I thought I would not survive. So I understand your pain. This will not be anywhere near as bad. In fact, the guy who gave it to me at my Kroger's, of course, I relaxed. Just think happy thoughts, man. And I barely could tell he stuck me. They're that good. So anyway, and also many places now are offering incentives for you to get your COVID shot. I just got an email this week from Kroger. I got it at the Kroger, our local Kroger pharmacy, and I'm enrolled in a contest. I could get a check. I think it's like 55 different prizes. And there's only 2 prizes, and I don't remember who's getting how many, but there's several. The first prize is $1 million. I'll get that tower computer if it happens. But the first prize is $1 million. Second prize is groceries for a year. Holy cats! We're stocking up on frozen pizzas. I'm telling you that now. Anyway. So I entered, and I know Ohio's having a lottery where if you are like 18 or under, you could win a free scholarship to a major Ohio university. They're giving away millions of dollars. A lot of states are doing this to encourage people. CVS is doing some incentives too. It's a good time. It's a good time to get your shots. Carl Wisman, John Records, Landecker is still alive. Wow. Yeah, it's amazing how many of these guys from my youth are still around. I remember the original WLS guys. I think oh gosh, I don't think Clark Weber is with us anymore. I know Ron Riley isn't. Art Roberts passed away a number of years ago, so Dex Card. I think Tommy Edwards is still alive. Remember Animal Stories with Larry Lujak? Lujak is gone. Fred Winston is gone. Of course, Don Wade passed away a few years ago, about the time I left Illinois. So anyway, from the That's Small Press Publisher, I remember when Bob Surratt made the transition to TV on the WFLD News at 9. Yes, and I remember Rick Rosenthal on WGN Radio. He was Bob Collins' right-hand guy, was the anchor for the 9 o'clock news for many years. And yes, Landecker is occasionally doing Boogie Check again on WGN. Yes, Bill Sarton, that's good news. He's got his original 7 to 10 time slot again. Oh, I'm going to have to catch that. Thank you, Bill. I always liked Landecker. I really did. And he always played great music, too. And Christian Lucien and Jake Lindsay says, the best thing about getting the vaccine is now I can hug people without being scared, transferring anything to them, and now I can interact safely. Exactly. And a lot of places, once you get your second shot, do not require you to wear a mask. Some will. I always carry a mask with me, just in case, because I'm a guest in their home. But I also have a duck pillow. All right, my award. Thank you. Thank you, StreamYard. And Donna, Carlene, it's not WGN anymore. It's News Nation, but it still runs reruns like In the Heat of the Night and Blue Bloods. Go figure. Well, I think WGN, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think WGN has 2 feeds. One's like the local feed that goes over the air, broadcasting local cable. And then they have a national feed, which is stuff like In the Heat of the Night and a lot of reruns. I always loved the local feed. I miss that. I miss Carl Grayson's voice. He was so good. And Scott Parker says, hey, speaking of Chicago, did you see the Candyman remake trailer yet? No, I didn't know they were. Like, they don't say Cabrini Green, but I'd recognize that building anywhere, despite the fact that it's been demolished. That's right. Well, you saw it every week on Good Times. So, yeah. I didn't know that, Skunk. Thank you. Jake Lindsay says, I got mine at the Little Clinic and Kroger Marketplace. I wish they gave out free Amazon cards. Don't we all? But Jake, you may get an email from, I think it's KrogerRewards.com or something. But anyway, keep your card. Definitely keep your immunization card, because I had to go back and look. But yeah, I'm entered in that contest. If I win that $1 million, I'll let you all know. Maybe take one of you out for lunch. Hi, Cookie. Anyway, the Oracle Bill Sergeant says, Jake, you're overthinking about the side effects of the Pfizer shots. I've had both with no problems. You'll be fine. Yeah, Jake, I know it's tough to say, but don't worry about it. How many millions of people, Jake, have been inoculated with no side effects at all? You might not have any side effects, and if you do, I guarantee they're not going to be as bad as a full-blown cold. It'll just be inconvenient for a couple days. You are listening to the wrong people. Seriously, you should not listen to anyone who isn't a scientist. Look at it this way. Like one of the best things I heard at the start of this thing was, everybody say, well, you can't wear a mask. You'll choke. You'll breathe your own air. It's like surgeons wear masks for 8 or more hours a day at their job, and they're smarter than you are. Joe Dog McKeel is tapping out. See everyone Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Stupid O'Clock on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please go to Stupid O'Clock on YouTube and please subscribe. Joe Dog deserves 100. And Joe, thank you, brother. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you for helping me with that. And Scott Crocker says, grown. Speaking of social media platforms, being Soviets, YouTube blocked another one in comments. Oh, man. That's crazy. And the Artwork of Bill Sarn says, I'm Facebook friends with Landecker and Little Tommy Edwards. I'm on the WLS page on Facebook, and Tommy Edwards, at least at one time, was one of the mods. And I got a nice note from him, thanking me for subscribing. I'm like, cool. And there's Doris Jones, Labors of Love. Good morning to you, Doris. Mwah. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Glad to see you here from YouTube. Donna Carlene goes, NN might be the national feed, but that's what it changed on my channel app. Yeah. That's still entertaining, still good stuff. Artwork of Bill Sarn says there's still a WGN channel that airs local news, but News Nation is what I like to call generic WGN. Okay. And we did Kroger, says Anna Maria Salvaggio, and got gift bags with sanitizer wipes, beautiful cloth masks, big bottles of liquid sanitizers, coupons, a lottery ticket, and a few other things. Ours is cheap. We didn't get all that stuff. Of course, ours is not really Kroger's per se here in Lafayette. It's called Payless. It's one of the offshoots like they like Ralph's and Ruler, things like that. Jake Lindsay says, like, after the shot, my temperature is 94.5. I think that's because I was nervous, probably. 94.5 is under normal. 98.6 is considered. 94.5 is WLRW in Champaign, Illinois. It's gotten better since I left. Anyway, Joe Dog McKeel says, Jake, your mind is your worst enemy about side effects of the vaccine. Yeah, seriously, Jake. Do what you can to distract yourself. Stop worrying about it if you can. There's an old comic strip called Pogo, and in the 50s, Walt Kelly very wisely wrote, we have met the enemy, and he is us. You're your own worst enemy, Jake. Please, if you can, distract yourself. If anything, read science. Don't read the idiot on Facebook who says that that the masks are stealing your breath, or that when I say that my 5G is improved, that's jokes. It's the people who are serious about the disinformation. Jake, only watch verifiable sources. There's a channel on YouTube. I challenge you, Jake, to watch it, called Dr. Mike. They have several things, including interviews with Dr. Anthony Fauci. He's the lead guy on this coronavirus, and if it weren't for him, God knows how many people would have died. All right, because this man gave good advice, and when it changed, he changed the narrative. Science changes its mind, Jake. That's what makes it amazing. Whereas too many people get one thing in their head, and that's locked in there forever. You are now afraid this is going to hurt. Look, I had minor effects, but I was happy to get them because it was telling me that my immune system was being rewritten and it was working. And so now when this Delta thing comes through, which 2 days ago, Dr. Fauci said that that is now the prominent strain to worry about, to be concerned with. But I'm protected because I got that vaccine. And not only that, but people are protected from me catching it because I could spread it to them. So knowledge is the best weapon you have against fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Find some trusted sources. Find some scientists, Jake, and you're going to be okay, brother. You're going to be okay. And hashtag from Carl Witzman. Feed Cookie and bring Cookie home. Have a good one, folks. You have a good one too, Carl. Thank you for being here, and thank you for volunteering for Friday. Please check it out. We'll start promoting you, Carl. And Christian Illusionist Jake Lindsay says, thanks. I really do appreciate it. I overthink a lot, so my head gets to me sometimes, and I listen to Facebook way too much. People shouldn't say lies about something that's good for us. Yeah, that's the problem. There are people who they're idiots. And there are also people who are afraid, and they're not going to admit it, Jake. They're afraid that things are going to change. Things have changed already. This is like, you're a little young to remember this, Jake, but you're 9/11. We can't go back to September 10th, 2001 ever again. There are things that we are still dealing with in our everyday life due to September 11th. And that's just the way it is. And we are going to now be changing things because of what happened with the coronavirus. And that's not necessarily bad. People are now looking out for each other. People are now listening to scientists. A lot of us are going to be wearing masks in the winter because I like breathing warm air when I'm shoveling the drive. I never realized that before. That, this thing was warming my breath, and because sometimes if it gets too cold, it actually hurts my sinuses. It was a godsend to find this out. So, don't listen to the fake people out there. If it's some guy who runs a gas station, some guy who, unless he's got a PhD at the end of his name, I wouldn't take it seriously. Just listen to your friends, listen to the people, and like I hear, we are never going to tell you lies about the coronavirus unless we're joking, and you'll be able to tell. But find a trusted source. Go to the Center for Disease Control or the World Health Organization's websites. Take your cues from them. Those are scientists, all right? They know more about this stuff than you and I will ever we don't even know what we don't know compared to them, okay? You'll get through it, Jake. We'll all help you through it, I promise. The artwork of Bill Sarn says, great shoe as always, and I love the goldfish swimming in the heels. Hey, that's why we're here, my friend. Got a boogie for now. Everyone have a great day and do good deeds. Exactly. Vaya con dias, amigos. Hey, happy trails till we meet again, partner. And here we go. Carl Witzman says, step on your toe with the other foot. You can only feel pain in one area of your body at one time. For real. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's why, some people, or pinch yourself real hard. I mean, make it hurt. But yeah, do something to distract you from that pain. And know that it's not going to be as bad as somebody pushing it into your bone. And side effects definitely exist, but they are nothing to be afraid of. You're going to be fine, Jake, says Grant Lankard. And Scott Crocker says, all right, well, I got enough problems going on right now with work and YouTube being censorship Nazis again. So I guess I'll make my last comments as well and listen to the end of the show in peace. Don't die, feed Cookie. And if that last comment didn't go through, well, Brian won't know, but I will. Well, it came through loud and clear, Skunk. Love you, man. And we'll see you tomorrow night on Stupid O'Clock at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time, followed by Dan Hollifield's Last Man Standing. You're going to be okay, Skunk, I promise. And Christian Illusionist Jake Lindsay says, if you can keep me in your prayers to not be scared at the second dose to ease my mind, if it is okay. Jake, here's the thing. And this is from the Bible. Before you go in, Jake, I want you to do this. I want you to get in a quiet place, and I want you to pray to God and tell God, you are glorious. You are great. You are amazing. Thank you for bringing me this far. Thank you for my amazing friends. Thank you for the blessings you've given me. And then say, I am scared. I am terrified, just like you were when you faced your crucifixion. But as you you went past that. I ask you now to do the same for me. I am scared, so I am laying my burden of fear on you, as you have asked us to do in your holy word. And knowing that I am giving this to you, I ask for your comfort in exchange. And then say the rest of your prayer and amen. And lay this burden at God's feet, Jake. Sorry to get religious, folks, but this is for the boy. Lay it at his feet, because he's asked you, give me your burdens. He's told you, this is what I want you to do. You're not imposing on me. I am here to help. Let him do it, Jake. And then once you do, remind yourself that you've given it to God, and your fear, you giving yourself that fear, which is what it is, you're giving yourself that fear, is flying in the face of what God has told you, that God will help you. All right. I hope that helps you, Jake. I really do. Forgive me for everyone. Forgive me for going off on that tangent, but I think it's important for Jake. All right. And if we can't stop to help one person, then what good are we? Don't die, feed Cookie. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Jake, you're going to kill it. Nice seeing all you guys again. Love you all as always. Grant, and lot to you and Angie. Have a great lunch. OMG. And Doris Jones, labors of love. MD or DO, PhD isn't enough for me. I don't care if it's DDS or or was it LSMFT? Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Anyway, and get barefoot if you feel crazy. Amen. Right on, Brian. Hey, we kid, but we are here for each other. That's what the rising tide does, Doris, right? And Anna Maria Salvaggio, thank you for the stream, Brian. Much love. Love you too, Anna Marie. I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend. We'll do my best to drive out Friday night for a meetup with you and Brian and everyone. Car is officially at Toyota, trying to get a loaner car if we can't. Big love for a fabulous weekend. Planning to do the in-person next year if all goes well, and I'm sure it will. Anna Maria, send me a PM. We found a place we're going to go to. It's Mama's on Hurstbourne. Cookie, I read the menu to Cookie, and she informed the rest of us that's where we're going. In fact, we're going to be there both nights. And from the desk of Small Press Publisher, well done, Brian. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Jody McPhee. And it was good seeing you last night, and good seeing you on Indie Vault last night. And Doris Jones says, what we fear becomes what we worship. Yes, let God have it. Thank you very much for that, Doris. Anna Marie Salvaggio, Jake, you'll be fine. Acknowledge the fear. It's part of the process of being human. You've got this. It was no big deal. And she got 2 shots of Pfizer, and she has permanent disabilities, not from the shot. She went in with them, and mosquito bites are worse. Yeah, if Anna Marie has some health challenges, Jake, and if she can go in and get the shot and come out the other side feeling fine, you're going to be all right, brother. You've got a lot going for you, and you've got the love of this community, but give it to God, man. That's what he's there for, like Neil Diamond used to say. And what you guys are here for, you are a blessing to me. Thank you all. And again, thank you to StreamYard for my duck. I cut on my duck. Anyway, Rick Bradley says, everyone take care and stay creative. You too, Rick. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything, brother. Appreciate your hanging out. Hey, come to Louisville tomorrow or this weekend. A splendid time is guaranteed for all. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you for letting me do that little aside there. I hope you didn't mind, but we have to help. We have to help our community here. Anna Maria Salvaggio goes, I want a StreamYard duck. I want a duck too. I'm happy with my pillow though. Love my ducky. Rubber ducky. No, never mind. That's another thing. Anyway, but anyway, thank you for this award. It's nice to know our work is being recognized. But anyway, folks, thank you for being here, and thank you for all that you do for other people, not just me, but for everyone else around. It is greatly appreciated. So as we close this out, don't forget, check out our sponsor for this episode, Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. Plasma Fire Graphics. They can design your book covers, your comic book covers, and make the graphics you'll need to sell them, as well as beautiful book trailers. See all those images? Those are from books that Jeffrey Hayes has put together. He's also done one for me that you'll see later this year. He does great work. Let him work for you at affordable prices. Trust me, you can afford them. You can't afford to let your book go out without an incredible cover, and that's what you need Plasma Fire Graphics for. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. PlasmaFireGraphics.com and Plasma Fire Graphics on Facebook. Please check them out and contact Jeffrey Hayes for more information. Also, Jeffrey did this cover for me. Book number 4 in the Snow Short series, an Abraham Snow adventure by me, Snow Ambition. Ambition can be a killer, as you'll find out in this quick read crime thriller, available for 99 cents on Amazon right now. Please check it out. Also, please check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We've got your entertainment and information covered 7 days a week. We've got all kinds of great stuff. And Friday morning, don't forget, there will be a Nevermind the Furthermore with the great Carl Witzman filling in for me, exclusive on Facebook. So please mark your calendars. And just because I'll be on the road doesn't mean you won't get your Nevermind that morning. Carl will be awesome, as he always is. So check it out. Don't forget, 1 week from today, The Truthmongers, starring Ted Davies and Glenn B. Fleming, will be premiering. You will want to watch that. That's going to be a great, great show. And Thursdays, we have Ted Talks Timepieces at 10. And then tomorrow night at 7 p.m., we will have Comic Book Spectrum with myself, Brian Rodman, Clyde Hall, and Eric S. Hawkins, talking funny books. It's going to be a great time. We always have a great time, and you'll have fun watching us have fun, and we will review the latest comic releases for you. And then Amy Hale's taking a little siesta from Creative as Hale, coming back just as strong, if not stronger. And then at 9 p.m., we'll be live. Joe Dog McKeel and Skunk Rocker and Dan and John and Heather and anyone else that shows up that can carry on a conversation on the most intelligent, the most fun show on the air. Stupid O'Clock, and be sure to subscribe to all of our YouTube channels because it helps us out so very much. Also, please sign up for the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page. And we want to thank our Patreon subscribers. Patreon is a monthly subscription service that allows you to support your favorite creators directly at a very nominal expense. And my subscribers can see upcoming looks at books in progress, as well as my weekly blog. Every blog deserves a name. Plus, they can download copies of some of my works. It's a good time at my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Check out what we offer you. Also, this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, come join Enter the Imaginarium at the Holiday Inn, Louisville East at 1325 South Hurstbourne Parkway in Louisville, Kentucky. I will be there along with John B. Pica, Brian Rodman's first convention appearance this year, Kathy and Matthew Jackson, Molly Daniels, Kenzie Michaels, all kinds of cool people will be in attendance, and it's a great place to learn how to improve your game in the writing creative fields. We'll have also virtual cons going on. Go to entertheimaginarium.com for more information. I will be at table C3, and in-house I will be doing at 1:30 on Saturday, 4:15 on Saturday, writing and illustrating comics in the Ellis Room. And then at 11:15 on Sunday, I will be hosting a panel in the Calumet Room, A Creative's Mind, about how we deal with the challenges, the mental challenges and pressures that are so prevalent nowadays anymore. And then Saturday at 1:30, I'll be doing the virtual side with Do You Nano? Do ya? Do ya? And at 3 p.m. on Sunday, I'll be talking about social media platforms on the virtual side. Please join us for all that good stuff. You'll be glad you did, and I'll be glad to see you. And Anna Maria Salvaggio live streaming gaming tonight with the family on Twitch TV/RenMillion. And I hope to see you all there. And have fun, you guys. I will try to be there myself. We'll see what's going on. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoy your hump day today. Hope you got some great things planned already for the weekend. And we appreciate your being here. As always, I'm going to have my new friend here. And we got to pack up the van for today. We got to go to the comic shop, make another stop today on the way out. But anyway, we'll see you tomorrow night on Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Also, we will be Carl Witzman will be doing Nevermind the Furthermore on Friday. Please give him your support and your love as you do me, all right? And I love how you do me. And then I'll be back on Monday with the regular lack of standards. And also, folks, if you enjoyed the show, any part of it, please, if you're on Facebook, give us a like, and also give a like to the page that you're watching on as a thank you to our hosts. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up, and please, if you haven't already, please subscribe. And ring and tingle and dingling the bell so that you will be notified of future broadcasts on this channel. And that's all I can think of at the moment. So anyway, folks, thank you for being here as always. And we've got some messages from cool people to close out the show after the closing. So anyway, folks, thank you all for being here. And this is Brian K. Morris saying, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Thank you for watching. Never mind the furthermore. Kiss the duck. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
Author Cindy Kepp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kepp at CKOEPP.com today.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.